Alright, it's 2019. It's the year of the 17-year cicada here in southwestern PA, west central PA, also the northern panhandle, West Virginia, also the southeastern part of Ohio. They're so loud I can barely hear myself talk. I don't even know, it probably just sounds like static in the camera. I'm here on a tree that's just completely loaded with them. You probably see them right here on the side of the tree coming up alongside. It's amazing. These creatures come out once every 17 years. The last time was in 2002. I was 17 years old, and the next time they come out it'll be 2036. That's crazy. We're going to show you a little bit of their life cycle, and then we're going to go fishing with them later. Alright, so we're here by this maple tree, and what these things do is they live in the ground near the root system of the tree. So they could be anywhere all around here. The 17th year, they will come up out of the ground. You can see a hole here where some of these have come up, and you can just see these things are littered all over. Now, they'll come out. This is the exoskeleton right here. So this is not, well, there's nothing in this. This is just an exoskeleton. And then they'll climb up the tree. As you can see, there's one that's already completely out. And then they will crawl out of their shell, as we see here. Now this one is dead in its shell, but just like this, they will be stuck on there. They'll be real light colored at first, and then they will dry their wings, as this one's doing right now, and then they'll fly to the tops of the trees. Here we got another one crawling up here. Here's another tree, and look at it. Those are not leaves. Every single thing that's brown is a dead cicada. A lot of these, their life cycle is only for this year. A lot of them don't make it past coming out of their shell, and they die. But it is just like that all over the yard here. The whole way around the base of the tree is just loaded with them. Go the whole way around. It almost stinks, there's so many dead ones. Most of them have already fell off the tree. You can also see these things love to get eaten by other animals. Here we can see this one was attacked probably by a bird. It's just barely living. Now these things, they don't hurt. You can pick them up. When we look under the bottom, we can see they have these orange lines on them. Some of them are black. There's several different species that come out. They're all still 17-year cicadas. They don't bite, they don't sting, they don't have pinchers. They don't really hurt anything other than they're just really creepy looking. Put that one back up on the tree, and he's gonna try to go up to the top of the tree. So when they first come out of their shell, they're almost pure white, and it takes them all morning. They come up out of the ground at night. They usually start coming out usually in May, but more specifically when the ground temperature, at least 8 inches underneath the top of the ground, in the soil reaches the 64-degree mark, and that usually is the signal for them to start coming up, because if it gets too cold, we get a frost or anything, it'll kill them. So it's usually about mid to late May, and it'll be about 6 weeks. They'll live, and then they'll be done. They won't make it through the rest of the summer, but they will just hang on the tree beside their exoskeleton, and their wings will start to come out, and they'll harden, they'll darken in color. Their bodies will turn that dark black color, and the wings will get the orange color to them, and that can happen in a day's time. Then what they'll do is they'll come to branches like this, and they have a little spike in the back of them, the females, and they will lay every about 1/4 inch along this twig, and that twig will eventually just hang down like this, and the leaves will die. And what happens is when the little ones, the eggs, hatch, they'll fall down, almost look like little white ants. They'll go down to the ground, and they'll be there for another 17 years under the ground, living next to the roots of the tree. These things are quite amazing. There's many different broods, so in different parts and sections of the country, these things come out. Like I said, this is brood 8, what they call brood 8, and it comes out this year. I'm in Claring County, but this brood doesn't cover a big section on the map, but it's one of the highest in density. They've recorded up to 1.5 million of these cicadas coming out in 1 acre. That's ridiculous. But one of the greatest things about cicadas, they are awesome for fishing. So we're gonna go fishing with them here later on. Another thing to remember is that these are not, we still see cicadas every year, but they're not the same cicada. Those are the green cicadas. You usually see them year round. They have a real high-pitched noise, and you don't see very many of them. You hear them, but they're not as plentiful. But the 17-year come out in mass quantities all at one time, and it's every 17 years. There's also a 13-year cicada that comes out usually in the Midwest, but this is the only area here, especially in Claring County, where they're only going to come out in 1 year. There's some places in the country where some of the broods overlap and you can see them in multiple years. Now, we might see some next year, but those could be just late developing cicadas that just didn't make it to come out this year. They'll come out next year, but there won't be as many. So this is usually right here, especially here in Claring County, maybe in the eastern part of Ohio, next to the PA border and West Virginia border. They might see them in different times because there's another brood that overlaps with them. So it's just really interesting. Get up on the internet and research. These things are really amazing, their life cycles and where they pop up every 17 years. So a bag wouldn't be the best, but if you had maybe a bucket, but just pick them right up just like that. Alright, that's enough for now. We'll see how many bass we can catch for this. Alright, I'm on my cousin's pond, and it's got some catfish and some bass and trout. You never know what will actually catch in here. I'm just using just a regular plain old hook. A little bit on the big side, but I think it'll be alright. Nice bass will swallow these whole pretty easy. Take my bag, I can hear them fluttering in there. It's not the wind. Make sure they don't fly away. Oh, we got one coming out to see us. Well, looks like you're going to be lucky number one. And we're just going to hook just ever so lightly right behind the upper scale and come back in. So it's just like that. It's just hanging there. That way, as we get this down, we can see it's trying to fly away, but it isn't going to go anywhere. We got it just lightly hooked on, and now let's see what happens. Okay, let's try it again here. Oh, look at that! That bass literally come up out of the water. So there we go. Alright, we can see it there in the water. It looks like a bluegill just took it. They're jumping out of the water to get this thing. Come on, we gotta wait for a big bass to come. Look at them, they just stand here like they're in a feeding frenzy. There's a bass down there. Oh, he had it. He had part of it. There's a big catfish. Look at that thing just flying around with my hook. My word. Trying to get the bass to come after it. Look at how many bluegills are here. There's a massive catfish there too. Test out bass here. There we go. Another one. All right, here's a giant carp. Look at all them bluegills. There we go. That's a big bluegill. All right, nice. Bass. All right, another one. Well, we're just gonna throw the remaining ones in here and feed the fish with them. It does not take long. Got one more here. Fish absolutely love these things. And they're all gone. There you go. Go out there and catch yourself a bunch of cicadas and you have plenty of fishing bait. That is, if you live where brood 8 comes out. Again, you can get on websites and find out the maps of where the broods are coming up, see if they're coming up in your county, whether you're in Ohio, West Virginia, or Pennsylvania. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe, share this video with others, hopefully more to come.